Hello and welcome. What a magical 24 hours. This is crazy 24 hours in the market. The hijack is complete. Eberechi EZE to Arsenal is a here we go. It's done and it's dusted. What a moment. Last 10 days, we have been hearing EZE is going to Tottenham. Last 5 days, EZE is going to Tottenham. Last 2 days, yesterday, EZE is going to Tottenham. He has agreed everything with Tottenham. He's going to Tottenham, this and that. Until this morning, the news started to emerge that Kai Havertz has had an injury. And that is going to push Arsenal back to the market. What a crazy 24 hours. Guys, what is really happened? The truth is that Tottenham Hotspur have already agreed this morning contract with Crystal Palace. They have also agreed a deal with Eberechi EZE. Deal agreed. Both parties, both Crystal Palace and EZE. That is the reason why they always say that delay is dangerous. But Crystal Palace are delaying because they want Eberechi EZE to play for them in their opening conference league. That is tomorrow. Then after the match, he can now go and join Tottenham. So Tottenham are happy to wait because they have a clear run. They could have finished this job since past 10 days. Then the news emerged. Kai Havertz had an injury and Arsenal now come back. Let me tell you, it's always good to have patience. Yes. Because yesterday, the news emerged that Trossard has signed a pay rise and agreed new contract to Arsenal that will keep him to 2027 in Arsenal. We all know that his contract runs until 2027. He has 1 year left and 1 year in option. So immediately Arsenal found out that Kai Havertz has had an keen injury that is going to keep him out for at least 2 to 3 months. Although the actual days or date is not yet out. What they did, they know that Trossard can play as a false number 9. So instead of them trying to sell Trossard, that is their original plan, to sell Trossard. But once Kai Havertz got injury, Arsenal now changed their plan. They know they can use Trossard as a false number 9 because he has been doing that for Arsenal. He has been playing as a false number 9 and he has been scoring a lot of goals for Arsenal as a false number 9. They now decided to keep Trossard so that he will now back up Trossard, and Mikel Moreno will now back up Gyökeres as a number 9. Then I decided now to go back for Eberechi EZE. That is when Arsenal called EZE again because they have already have a discussion with EZE in end of May and early June. But they cooled their interest because they face other things. Contract extension of 8-1 Victor Gyökeres and Madueke and other things. So once they had the news, they now went back and called EZE. Already, Tottenham heard the news as well that Kai Havertz has had injury. What they do, they now rush this morning and agree contract with Crystal Palace and agree contract with Eberechi EZE as well. So deal agreed with both parties, both Crystal Palace and Eberechi. But what Arsenal did, they call they match the bid that Tottenham have agreed with Crystal Palace and give them better payment option. Yes, they match the bid and give Crystal Palace a better payment option, and again offer to player a higher wage. That is where the player turn completely 360 degree and order his agent to stop any conversation whatsoever with Tottenham because he's going to Arsenal. So the hijack is now completed. It's a done deal. But this one is a mixed feeling. Come to think about it. Kai Havertz injury, then Arsenal sign EZE. Let me know your take on this. As an Arsenal fan, are you happy that Kai Havertz had an injury? In as much as that no any person will like a player to have an injury, but in this scenario, in this situation, are you happy now that Kai Havertz have an injury, knowing fully well that if not because of this injury to Kai Havertz, Arsenal will not go for EZE? But because of this injury now, Arsenal has now forced Arsenal back into the market. What Kai Havertz has is an injury. We know it's not an ACL, according to the news, it's Ken injury. That means it's going to keep him out at least 2 to 3 months or less than that. That means Kai Havertz is going to come back and play football. But Arsenal have now signed EZE. If I thought that it's not because of this problem, that I think is not going to happen. So, are you happy now? Let me know in comment section below. Tell me, are you happy now because of EZE signing and Kai Havertz injury? I've already seen so many people saying different things. They assist of Kai Havertz in signing EZE. Let me know your own take in this matter. Are you happy for this signing because of Kai Havertz injury, or are you sad that Kai Havertz had an injury? Let me know in comment section below. Another thing is that Crystal Palace are still insisting that EZE is going to play for them tomorrow for their Conference League Open. After the match, he can now go and have his Arsenal medical and complete the transfer. What do you think? Do you think that it makes any sense that EZE will still play for Crystal Palace tomorrow, knowing fully well that this is a football match? Anything can happen. Eventually, if he do have an injury, that might cost Crystal Palace a huge amount of money. And you know, EZE is now 27 years old. If he didn't move this season, from next season, his price will start dropping because by next season he will be 28. Yes, going to 29. So what do you think? Do you think that it's right that EZE will still play for Crystal Palace tomorrow? But the whole truth is that Arsenal, EZE is here we go. The hijack is completed. Yes, it's done and dusted. It's obvious now that Arsenal have finished in the market. What they need to do now is to focus on outgoing, to push the likes of Reece Nelson, Fabio Vieira, Kivio, and the other players. Yes, what Arsenal are going to focus now in the last 10 days of the transfer window is to try to ship some players out to balance their book. But this is a great news for Arsenal. EZE to Arsenal is a here we go. It's a done deal. It's done and dusted. The hijack is completed. Let me know in the comment section below what is your take on this. Thank you. If you are not yet subscribed to our channel, please subscribe, like, and share. Thank you, and see you tomorrow.